After the last video that we posted about COVID-19 and farming, Rebecca and I honestly got super excited about the possibilities of our front yard and our backyard and what's going on with the seeding and the incubation. We had all of these ideas. We started doing blueprints on the computer and just seeing like exactly what we wanted to do. Like possibilities were endless. And then we kind of got hit by reality. Really the question that came up was, can I do what I want with the money that I have? The first thing that Beck and I did after we saw the video together was we just went into like laser focused game mode. Like it was expansion time for the farm. And the first place that really leads you to is the drawing board. And then once you have all your plans together, you go down to your hardware store, which we ended up going to Home Depot and buying all these materials. At first, when you're doing like a project or two, you're not realizing how much you're spending until everything is in the cart and then you have to pay for it and it kind of weighs down on you, but you still know it's gonna be like an amazing thing. But the job doesn't end there. There are always gonna be different things that we're gonna have to build on the farm, especially if we wanna continuously expand. Now that's something that I'm really trying to battle between is like, how far do I wanna go with how much money I wanna spend? So there's like I have to find the middle ground, and I really haven't. One thing that did force me to kind of find that middle ground was I ended up buying these posts that I put down with cement into the ground, and I put a fencing around the hay feeder because we want to split up the chickens and the goats. Once I finished that, I realized that the rest of the fencing for the goats and the chickens was going to cost about $1,000, give or take. I don't have just like $1,000 laying around to just like throw around and then start another project and then another 100, another 200, another 300. It adds up fairly quickly. So all I was able to build is just the little hay feeder section, and I ended up having to put a temporary fencing for the goats, which is totally fine. But in my head, I have this vision of how our farm is supposed to look like. And it's not quite there yet, and it's kind of causing a little bit of frustration because I have imagination and then restriction. I think I'm done for now. I'll take a little break. It's a little bit of a battle, not only with myself, but also with Rebecca in the backyard. So right now, Rebecca's trying to figure out two different irrigation systems. One, a little bit of a cheaper one, and it's coming with a little bit of difficulties, and one more expensive one that is extremely durable and a lot longer. But long story short, it's not gonna fill up the entire yard.
I think I can do this.
If we were to go back to our blueprints and see exactly how much money we need for everything, I think we would become overwhelmed and go into like a cocoon state because it's just a lot. It really is. Now don't worry, this whole video is not all about us just not being able to afford anything. There are some things that you can do, and I will mention them later on in the video. So the day had passed, we went to Home Depot, we set up what we could, and then the next day came, and there was this like weight. There was this weight I could feel on both of us. And I felt it. And I even asked Becca, do you feel like that too? And she's like, yeah, I feel overwhelmed. That's the perfect word for it. So we took a day to just organize the garage and just kind of clean up a little bit around because it was getting really messy, and also organize the seed area and be able to plant some of those seeds. We kind of just did what we could with what we had in the moment, which I think is really important because like there's always something to do. Like you can't just stay still and not do something, which was a great day to kind of just refresh, reset, revision, and like come back to it another day. So here's that more positive note that I promised you guys earlier in the video, which is what I got out of this was two things. One, really just start somewhere. Like don't focus on what you can't do, focus on what you can do today. And that's gonna get you to that like next level. If you just sit down and like analysis paralysis, you're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna be like, you're gonna get overwhelmed like we did. Number two is just don't fight the energy. Now I am all about, watching a good like motivational video to get you like pumped back up. But if you feel exhausted, if you feel overwhelmed, it's okay, like sit down, relax a little bit, and then come back to it tomorrow. And if you feel pumped up, move quickly with that energy. Don't resist that flow. Don't resist the movement. It is like that for a reason. So one of the things that I do know what to do is hatch chicks and sell chicks. So I threw in a ton of different eggs inside of the incubator. I started getting people coming over and buying chicks right away. And it was just super easy for me. And I feel like that confidence kind of came back. Then I moved forward with that, positive sort of energy, that movement, that flow. And on the other side, I feel like Becca really, she knows how to repot plants and she knows how to plant seeds. And so what I saw her doing at the same time, like just simultaneously, was she was repotting all of the plants that were in there. She was getting them into larger pots. And then she was also planting a ton of seeds. And then she got that flow back again.
So, we have really extremely hard to farm clay soil. So we need a lot of compost to break through and break it up and invite all of those beneficial organisms in there. But what we were finding is I have so many gardens going on and so many projects because of both the food and the cut flowers that I'm growing. I can never have enough compost. It feels like I'm spending more money on compost than I am on like anything else I'm currently working on. So Woody, being the superstar that he is, he hopped on some phone calls with some people and he found a place that we can get bulk compost. It is a little expensive, but we got a lot, so I think it might be worth it. All right, it's finally here. We're getting our compost today.
After doing some more research, we realized that buying soil in bulk is actually way cheaper, even if you pay for the shipping costs. We ended up buying 2 yards of compost for about $100, but we normally spend like for these little bags for like maybe, I don't know, $10 to $15. But we ended up buying like 10 of them, and it's still not the same amount as buying like 2 whole yards. When you have farm animals and a garden and you really care about the plants and you really care about these animals, you want to give them the most that you can possibly give them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and stay tuned for the next video. Hopefully I start posting every single week. I really want to post a video a week. I just want to throw that out there, because I just need to commit to something. I don't have a schedule. It's all like super unorganized, and I really want to post a video a week, and I think I could do this with farm content. Let me know down below if you guys want more farm content, or if you're just like super confused with why there's even like goats and chickens.